What's up, everybody? I'll just give you a moment to get on here with me. This is Dr. Val. All right, let's take a minute. All right. Let's see. Hey, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and get started because I have a lot of information to cover. My name is Dr. Valerie, and I'm the owner of Tranquility Spa. If you see me looking in different directions, that's because I'm streaming to multiple platforms. So the website for my spa is tranquilhottubs.com. You could go there and check that out if you like. My background is in stress related illnesses and chronic disease. And I say at the top of every video, we know that 95 to 98% of illnesses are stress related. However, the other 3 to 5% come from food, DNA, and your environment. So, the purpose for these 5-minute lives, and this might be just a little longer today because it's a lot of information, is so that I could give you guys information to avoid diagnosis, by giving you tips, strategies that promote well-being. So Monday we talked about why is digestive health important. Tuesday we talked about how is digestive health impacted by stress. Today we're talking about how is digestive health impacted by food. And then what are some symptoms if you have digestive issues? What are some symptoms with or without diagnosis? And then Friday, we're going to talk about some things you can do without the use of medication. I said in my previous video, I am not anti-medication, but the best life that you can live is one that you do not need medication. Your body is meant to heal itself. Everything we need to be healthy is already within our DNA. And so my goal for myself, because I want to live a long time. I have known many people who've left this earth prematurely. I know that some people say that when you die, it's your time to go. I don't always believe that that's true. I believe that we sometimes have a say in the matter and that a lot of us can live longer than what we live. All right. So today, how is your digestive health impacted by food? And the information we're going to use is coming from the University of Hawaii. So anything I tell you, I recommend that you research on your own. Don't just take it at face value, even though my intention is never to give you any erroneous information, anything that can harm you. Still, you know your body, you know what you need more than I do. So these are all general statements. And even though it's science, it doesn't mean it might not apply to you. However, it's good. So University of Hawaii, their food science and human nutrition program. So today we will not discuss vitamins and minerals because we don't have enough time. All right. So basically what we need to understand is that when we do not have enough nutrients in our bodies, our system does not function properly. You have breakdown of your system. And it's like a catch 22 because then when your body breaks down, it introduces diseases and illnesses into your body, and then your body can't receive the nutrients because of the illness. So you have to have a balanced diet. I know we go to the extreme with these weight loss plans and everything they put out. And I've said in one of my previous videos, as a lifestyle, I do intermittent fasting as a pattern of eating, not as a fast, because you could do it as a fast, but I do it as a pattern of eating. At some point in the future, we're going to talk about that. But ultimately, you have to have a balanced diet. We know that poor diet can lead to obesity, GERD, IBS, you name it. Okay. And so we want to make sure that we have a balanced diet. We're not overeating high fat foods. And I know that on the market, they have a low fat this and a low fat that and a low fat this. And so you really have to check that stuff out to make sure it's not causing more harm than doing good. Okay. So let's talk about functional foods, which is how I try to eat. So functional foods are foods that are not only good for nutrition, but they aid in fighting illness and aging. So there are a lot of functional foods out there, and you might know some of them. For instance, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, things like that. Those are functional foods that when you eat them, they're not only good for you nutritionally, but they help in some way to keep you like physically healthy from illness. Now we're going to talk about proteins, carbs, fats. What else is in here? I'll let you know when we get down to it. So how does food impact your body? And this is what you need to know. Protein takes longer to digest than carbs, but it's shorter to digest than fats. And so if you have protein, it stays in your stomach longer, so it makes you feel fuller. That's why you should have some type of protein with every meal. I know that we might have vegans out there and possibly even vegetarians. I know that there are plant-based proteins. So you want to have some type of protein with your meal, not just salad, not just tomatoes. And I know we try to get on this healthy kick because I used to be there. I used to do vegetable soup, child. Listen, I've done it all. Cabbage soup, everything you could think of, I've done it. And so you want to make sure though you have protein with your meals because your cells and your body, they need protein to break down and build up muscle. And what you find if you don't have enough protein is going to start taking from other areas of your body to help rebuild tissues. It destroys like the muscles and the tissues in your body because it has to get it from somewhere. So you have to have protein. So if you're not eating protein, start adding protein to your diet. All right. And research what's out there. Research the best protein for you. You might not want meat, but you could get that through almonds. I mean, it's just so many different types of proteins. Carbohydrates is what we probably all love. And it's in all five food groups: your grains, your fruits, your vegetables, some of the meats and some beans. The meats that's processed have carbs and some dairy products. And you know how when we get that sugar high and we crash, so you have fast releasing carbs that take you up and bring you down, and then you have slow. So the fast are the fruits, the fruit juices, and the dairy products. And the slow are your vegetables, your beans, and your whole grains. The purpose of carbs, and you cannot live without carbs. And again, I'm stressing for those who want to lose weight, if you're trying to have a healthy lifestyle, you have to have carbs in your diet. There's no way to do it without carbs because carbs gives your cells energy. If without carbs, you won't have enough energy to do that thing that you need to do. Now, here's the challenge though, and this was my challenge when I was diagnosed with what the heck do they call it? Insulin resistance. I For year upon year upon year, I was diagnosed with this. And one of the recommendations that they had to overcome this was intermittent fasting. But I didn't get it right away. I didn't do it right away because I'm like, nah, whatever. I guess that was my thought because I didn't move on it. And so eventually I got tired of being diagnosed with insulin resistance. And so finally, she said to me, you're pre-diabetic. The doctor said to me, you're pre-diabetic and we could do this with medicine or we could do this with food. And you already know, if you listen to enough of my videos, even though I'm not anti-medicine, I don't want to take medicine. So I'm like, let me do this with food. So what happens if you eat too much carbs? Your body then stores this as sugar. It stores it. And then if you never use it, so like your body stores it, but you never use it, then you have fat or you're adding fat to your body. And so this is how we can have the pre-diabetics, the insulin resistance, and all that good stuff, because you do not want to overeat carbs because you know carbs gives your body energy and you want to make sure you have enough energy output for what you're putting into your body, right? So the next one is fats. So first we have proteins, carbs, and you do need fats. You need good fats. Basically, the body takes carbohydrates and they turn it into energy and stores it as fat. And that's what we want to do. We want to burn that off. We want to use that. And so this is how some people, if you think about the LDL and the HDL, the low density lipoproteins and the high density lipoproteins, the good and the bad, we talk about cholesterol. All of this comes from fats and what your body is doing with it. So everything I'm saying to you, you have to also take into account your lifestyle and how active you are or inactive you are. Hopefully you're more active than inactive. Um, Fats. So I'm going to skip over some of that because I want to get you guys off here because I'm already over 10 minutes. So let's talk about fiber, which is most definitely needed. If you have been diagnosed with diverticulitis or diverticulosis, um, things like that come from stress. But however, if your system is not working right, you do need fiber. But what you need to find out is what type of fiber you need. So if you're over 50, I think this age is 45 now. If you're over 45, you need to have a colonoscopy. I had one and they diagnosed me with diverticulosis. And I knew something was up before I even had it because I wasn't going to the restroom regularly. I would probably have a bowel movement, every 3 days or so, or something like that. It wasn't every day. And then, excuse me, 1 second, plug in my computer. It wasn't every day, but then I understood with diverticulosis and itis. Well, itis is inflammation, but osis, I have like in your colon, you have pouches that food get caught in. And so with fiber helps that food to move. And so for me, and if anybody else is like me, you need more insoluble fiber than soluble fiber. Insoluble fiber is fiber that doesn't retain water. So think of a sponge. If you eat soluble fiber, think of a sponge that squeezes up all that water. And then think of that sponge inside your colon. Okay. And if you're already having issues, so like some people will try to eat more oatmeal and your bowel still, they won't move. That's because you don't need that. You need insoluble. Most times, insoluble fiber is found in green vegetables or green food. That's the kind of food you need. So you do need a mixture of both, depending on your situation. 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to eat more insoluble than soluble. All right. So I'm going to cut it here. I had some things to say about alcohol, but we pretty much know how alcohol affects the body. And if you drink too much of it and what it does to your organs. And so tomorrow, meet me back here because we're going to talk about what, Valerie? We're going to talk about what are some symptoms of digestive issues with or without diagnosis. So you can have symptoms in your body that have never been diagnosed. And so if you want to find out more about that, meet me back here tomorrow again. It's going to be about 10 minutes tomorrow versus 5. I'll be on here at 12:15. Okay. And I'll see you guys later. Have an awesome day, Instagram. I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all you good people. I will talk to you tomorrow. Meet me here at the same time, 12:15 to 12:20. All right, have a good one.